So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, oh, first of all, happy Sunday. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Chinese New Year, which will be happening on the 29th of January. Sorry, had space out there. And Chinese New Year's is very important because initially it was started by the Chinese wanting to honor their deities, you know, their gods, goddesses, whatever, and their ancestors. They're big on ancestors. Chinese, Japanese, all of that really like to honor the ancestors, those who came before. And the Chinese New Year, a lot of people celebrate it as really the first day of the new year. So for many, they'll wait to do their goals and everything on this date. And so it's a day to celebrate. If you want to create an altar with some of your loved ones who have passed, that have gone on before, even if you didn't know them and you have a picture of a great grandmother or something, you can put them out to honor, to do prayers, to meditate on them and see who's around for sure. And this is a time to, again, go in and check your goals. If you started them on the first of the year, go back in today with all this energy and see where you want to be. Are they what you really want? You can certainly make adjustments, as we talked about before. And what I want to say to you is, you know how they have all the animals. The Chinese New Year has all these different animals, and each year becomes a different animal. Well, this year is the year of the snake. Think about the snake. It sheds, right? It sheds its skin. So we can look at that as a time when we're shedding what no longer serves us. This year is going to be a big one because we're in a 9 year. If we add 2025 up, it's a 9 endings. So anything for sure that we've been dragging around as baggage because we don't want to hurt somebody or we're afraid or whatever, time's up. We are going to be shedding this year. And this is a year with the snake. It brings in transformation. It brings in personal growth. It brings in reflection and introspection, because we're looking at the past year or years, because 9 is the end of a cycle. So we are really ending a cycle this year. So if you've been in a 9-year cycle, this is endings. So this is super powerful. Utilize the day to do something. The colors are red. You always see those dragons. Some people get the little envelopes, the Chinese New Year envelopes, and put $1 or change in it and give it to their friends or whatever as a good luck for the year. You can do that. So it should be interesting and a powerful week. So I'm using all of Rebecca Campbell's decks here. This is the Starseed Oracle. Whoop. I'm not going to do that because 3 came out. So okay, maybe it's just me being sloppy today. Star Keeper, Cosmic Ancestors, seed the light by staying grounded. So this is a very galactic one, and starseed, as it says, Star Keeper. It says, you're an ancient star keeper of the stars, here to anchor and seed the light in your own unique way. You've likely been incarnating on Earth for some time, dedicated to an era of awakening and bringing about the long-awaited shift to the planet's evolution and the new Earth. We're at a tipping point now. The survival of Earth and all its species is coming to a head. The more grounded you remain during this transition period, the more helpful you'll be. I agree with that, because if we let our emotions carry us away, forget it. The more you tend to the flames of your own heart, the more love you'll anchor onto the planet. The wisdom of the stars is imprinted in your soul. Oh, I love that. The wisdom of the stars, oh, I just said that. Okay, I want to say it again, is imprinted in your soul. The more soul fragments you call home, the more this wisdom is seated here. You may be called to be in different places in the world to anchor the light, or perhaps taking a trip or living in a certain location. You might find yourself with awakening symptoms. The more grounded you remain, the more stable Earth's energy will become, and the less reactive humanity will be. You're here for a double mission: to grow as an individual and also as part of a larger collective. That's bringing about a shift in frequency. Trust that you can be in the world but not of it, and lead a truly glorious life. Amen to that. I love that. That is so great. All right. The next one is work your light. Deep replenishment, retreat, rest, and be held. Oh, I love that. Be held. Oh, and she's out in this beautiful piece of nature with water under her and flowers all around. And she's got a flower in her hand. It's gorgeous. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Deep replenishment. I'm afraid to say, so far so good. I'm finding this pretty easily. Retreat, rest, and be held. The most selfless thing you can do is to fill up your own inner well. When we are running around half filled, we subconsciously look to things and people around to give us nourishment and nurturing that we are so deeply craving. Nothing can grow in barren lands. You are no good to anyone if you're running on empty. The feminine is bountiful, fertile, and rich. Tend to your own well and watch as the amount you have multiplies. For your inner well isn't full. If your inner well isn't full, you will find yourself craving things from the outward world to fill it. Yeah. This is our body's instinctive way for reaching for the grounding and nurturing that we are not allowing ourselves. What nourishes you? What refuels your body? What is nectar for your soul? What brings you back to life? What is your secret medicine? Oh, I like that. Dancing is my secret medicine. What makes you feel abundant and fertile? Overspilling with life? It may be gardening, flowers, getting a massage, essential oil, snuggling up on the couch, hiking, etc. What nourishes you is your medicine. When you give yourself the medicine that you need to be nourished, you nourish all those around you, for there is more than enough to go around. You work your light action. Do something that deeply nourishes you today. Love that. Okay. Next one. I know we're going to get to the deck with the pastels. That's hard to read. This is the Healing Waters. Deep sea diving, way of the mystic. Learn through experiencing the depths. Look at how deep she's going in. See the bottom of the ocean here. But it's lit up so she knows where she's going. She just has to dive in deep. Oh, it's going to be that last deck. I just know it. Deep sea diving. The mystic wants to have a direct experience with the sacred. The sacred is everywhere and within everything, in every moment. It's an invitation to deepen the connection within. The mystic learns through merging with life, through experiencing things firsthand, through learning about what's known and then diving deep into what's unknown for the chance of a direct, intimate experience. Mystics are the sacred explorers of the world, inner and outer, open-hearted and minded. They're willing to journey into uncharted waters in order to truly live. Oh, I love that. That's who I used to be. I don't know what's happening to me, but that's who I used to be, having fun all the time. I'm going to bring that back this year. If you receive this card, it's likely that you're being called to learn things for yourself, like the Sumerian goddess Inanna, journeying to the underworld to return completely transformed. The way of the mystic is not for the faint-hearted, but it's a way to truly live. Most learn through reading books and following procedures. The way of the mystic is much deeper, more experiential. It requires faith and courage and the feminine. It demands that you disregard external maps and be led from within. And while every step of the journey may not be clearly marked, the way ahead always emerges, and the transformation cannot be replaced. Perhaps you're in an uncharted place in your life or being called to embrace uncertainty. You're being called to the depths and you'll return transformed. That's me right now. It says, your affirmation, I trust my path and choose to see the sacred everywhere and within all things. I follow the intelligence that's within me. Wow. Okay, last one. The Rose deck, the Rose Oracle. This is the pink deck, hard to read. Don't jinx myself. All right, last one for this last week. Brothers of the Rose, sacred masculine, honor, protection, and support. I like their little buns on top of their head. Brothers of the Rose. Yep, pink. Let's see. Oh, maybe it's all going to happen good. Oh. Got it. Yes. Okay. This is a card of the sacred masculine. Like the feminine, the sacred masculine exists within each of us, and together we're all being called to balance both energies within us. The sun and the moon, solar and lunar. Perhaps that is what it means to birth a new world. The sacred, mature masculine is something so needed in our world. It's the part of us that lives in deep honor and reverence of the feminine. It recognizes the goddess within all life, including the earth, and is committed to protecting and living in devotion to the feminine. When you look back to some of the civilizations long ago, they did. They revered the feminine, and the goddess was everything. And we're trying to get that back again. The sacred masculine knows that striving and overpowering, enduring and conquering is not helpful. The sacred masculine is strong and tender, protective but not defensive. This card could be a sign that you're being called to work on the sacred masculine energy within you that's maturing and rising. It could be that you're being called to work on ancestral healing of the paternal line. It could be an indication that you're being called to invoke or acknowledge the sacred masculine in those around you, or it could represent the sacred masculine appearing in your life. The sacred masculine exists within all of us. They are encircling you so that you can do your sacred work, so that you can be a part of the return of the goddess to earth. The rose is their emblem, and they wear it proudly on their hearts. So the soul inquiry is, how are you being called to work with the sacred masculine? Really impactful cards this week. Sit with the energy of it, meditate on it, and stay awake and aware to what's possible.